So I wanted to wait a couple of days here to start talking about this because I was kind of fanboy-essing when I first made my first video a couple of days ago. But let's go ahead and break this down with a little bit more clearer thoughts and less of, oh my God, this is happening. So, yeah. Android Authority posted a really good article here by Ryan McNeil, who talks about how the Surface Duo 1, Surface Duo 2 is getting Android 12L, and they're also getting a Windows influenced skin. So pretty much like a One UI type skin. I'm not expecting too much from this. I'm expecting it to be literally exactly what it says. Just kind of like little gestures maybe, or notification shroud. Just kind of give it that extra Windows type device. So when you look at this phone versus like a let's say a Z Fold 4, you know the difference based on operating system. So let's say you have like, both this phone and the Z Fold 4 connected to what is it called? The phone app on your computer. You actually know the difference from operating systems without even touching or looking at the phones. So that's smart. It really is smart because this actually gives them the ability to stand out. And right now, I think mostly in the tech community, these phones are looked at as jokes, which I think is crazy because I love these phones so much. But for the average tech guy, this is kind of like, oh yeah, this was just the two failures. I mean, we literally had the top tech guy on YouTube say this was the worst phone of 2021. So it's not like this is a new concept that not many people are believing in this phone. Now, Microsoft definitely hindered that and definitely put themselves in that position. And I'm really hoping that we do get Android 12L in the next couple weeks and it doesn't become an Android 11 situation where we get in like 4 or 5 months. But we have to wait and see on that one. So with that being said, though, I'm kind of interested now because the Surface Duo 1 is $200. Also, let me not forget, there's also another new updates being added, and that's the ability now to have a pen menu where you can actually check your pen battery level, and you can also add shortcuts to different applications with your pen. So as I was saying, though, yes, so the Surface Duo 1 now is actually $200 on Amazon. And that's an amazing price once it gets Android 12L. If it fully can optimize and work with Android 12L. That's another thing. They're not going to release it unless it's fully able to run on Android 12L. But that's another thing we have to keep in mind, that as we get higher and higher up on these softwares, the Surface Duo 1, although great device, when it came out, it was outdated. When they came out with the A55 processor and 6 gigabytes of RAM and a really bad camera and overall just really outdated components, it was outdated when it came out in 2020. Now we're skipping forward couple years. I don't know how well it's going to run. Now Surface Duo 2 will probably run just fine. That's very updated components, updated everything. But I'm going to say right now, I don't know how the Android 12 or how Android 12L is going to be on the Surface Duo 1. We're going to be testing it out for the channel and looking at it in depth. And it's not going to be my daily driver. I think I'm going to make the Surface Duo 2 my daily driver again. But it's going to be interesting to see if that actually fully runs at a top level. Now, I said in my video that, this kind of propels the idea that we're going to get a Surface Duo 3 around the corner. And when I meant around the corner, I literally meant like next August. Around the corner, the next phone cycle that's going to come out. They wouldn't release a phone around this time anyway. If anything, right now, I said this a couple months ago, but this is the best time possible for them to really market this phone and get it out there and make a lot of people see it. And the more customized you have phone-wise, the more people are going to be interested. If they can make a commercial, and I know Microsoft can, where they really show off the new features with the Windows influenced skin, there's gonna be a lot of people interested in this phone, especially business professionals. And a lot of companies, they use Windows every single day. So if you have a phone like this where it's not just like stock Android and just regular Android, nothing special, but you can actually show, hey, listen, you have a Windows based skin on this. You can have, just like you have on your computer, you have all the gestures, you have the notifications. It looks like it's Windows 11. And then you also have 12L, which gives you the taskbar, the security features, the ability to really customize this device, the ability to multitask at a very fast level. You're going to have a reinsurance of this device. A lot of people are going to be starting buying this device again. So, and that obviously sales really good. Surface Duo 3 coming around the corner. So I'm really interested. I'm really interested to see how Microsoft their next move forward on this device, because this is a big W. As I said in the first video, I was kind of fanboying. Yeah, I was kind of just like going crazy about it because I was really excited. But now I'm thinking about it from like a straight up business perspective. This could be the next step forward for Microsoft if they can get this right, because we already saw Android 12L works so fine on a Galaxy Z Fold 4 and a Z Fold 3 and a Z Fold 2. All three generations absolutely doing great with the Android 12L. So now we got to find out here. Now, $200 for the Surface Duo 1 once it does get Android 12L. That might be the biggest deal. If it works correctly with the Duo 1, that might be the biggest deal out there. I'm going to tell you right now, because yeah, Duo 1, you don't have waterproofness, you don't have NFC, and you don't have wireless charging. That's pretty much it. I mean, yes, as I said, it was outdated, but at the end of the day, you know, for what it gives you and how amazing it is, it doesn't really matter. It's outdated. Okay. Like at the end of the day, you are getting an amazing device for $200. Where if you look at, you know, the same type of, that's why I always say with foldable phones, it's hard to ever go ahead and compare a foldable phone to like a candy bar cell phone like the iPhone here, because it gives you so much performance for your price. It's really hard to compare it to one screen phone. But even at $200, that is absolutely insane. Definitely worth the money. And the Duo 2, $800 to $1,000, it is looking a little bit more reasonable to go pick up that device. So I wonder what the sales are going to look like once it does drop. But overall wise, I've seen so much more hype and so much more like, okay, yeah, let's go about this device. Microsoft just can't mess up now. And this is where we've said this many times. When the Duo 1 released, they couldn't mess up. When the Duo 2 released, they couldn't mess up. I'm kind of getting scared that this is going to happen again. But at this moment in time, the ball's in Microsoft's court. That's just inspired elements too. And I'm going to guess that's just the gestures and the actual, you know, going back and forth. The thing really sucks about this is they could put Windows 11 on this device. Gus 33,000 just got Windows 11 working on this device. They have a whole entire development team. It would be so smart to just give us Windows 11, boot into Windows 11. I don't know if they could do that with an update, though. I think they would have to re-release a new phone. But it's just, it just sucks so bad. It really does suck so bad for that reason. But I can't wait to see other new features. I can't think of too many new features that would be on this phone. I mean, obviously the pen menu, stuff like that. But in the taskbar would be great. But I can't think of too many other features, like for example from the Z Fold 4, that they would transfer over to this phone that would really change much. Now again, they could take Windows 11 features. Like again, they could have, instead of the obviously they're gonna have the taskbar, but Windows 11 has that little mini taskbar. They could bring that over. Again, settings, different control panels. If they could somehow put control prompt on this, like those little things like that, they could add to it. But I can't think of too much. They're not going to add, like, for example, maybe they might add Microsoft Store. I don't know if they'll add the Microsoft Store or Steam. No, I don't know. Again, like I said, now I'm thinking, and I don't know exactly what they add, but I really cannot wait to find out more information about this, because Microsoft, this is going to get crazy. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. Anything else we learn, I just want to make this video just to kind of have a more clear cut, you know, without me fanboying about it and getting crazy excited. I'm still crazy excited, don't get me wrong, but I kind of wanted more like laid back and like, okay, let's now talk about this now that the smoke is settled and we're kind of like really breaking this down. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy this video. The likes, comment down below. See you on the next one. Peace out.